There are also all sorts of other great options, especially the shapes option in the insert. Now from over here, you can put in arrows, lines, squares, rectangles, circles, and even plus signs, all sorts of great shapes that are useful, especially for teachers and students. And I also want you to know that you can also add a text box. Now, how is this text box special? How is it different from the regular text that you're typing in? Basically, a text box is an additional text that can float on top of your document. So I'm going to go with a simple text box and I'll type in a wonderful message over here. Now click away. Now this text box can be dragged wherever I want it to go. Now you can see that this is interacting with the text, but I don't really want it to do that. So in order to avoid it, I will again click on this layout options and I will simply choose the behind text option from out of these six and I will place wherever I want this text box to be. Now you can see that it is not interacting with the text. So let's just say that I'll place it over here. Okay, now after that, here is a review tab. A few other basics that you need to know about whenever you're writing a paper or a report or even a worksheet like this. It's important to get the spelling right. And you can see here on the review tab that you can click the spelling and grammar and it will check for spelling mistakes. Looks like it found one. I don't know how I possibly misspelled this word, but I did, and if it can, Microsoft Word will suggest alternate spellings that are correct. In this case, well, I've got it stumped a little bit, so I'll just close that out. But I just wanted to point that out, that spelling and grammar in Word is great and is really one of the basic essentials that you need to know if you're going to be using Microsoft Word. There's also some other great options like word count. For example, if you're a student and your teacher has instructed you to write a word, to have a specific word limit, you can simply select this option and it will give you the number of words, characters, paragraphs, and lines used. Okay, so let's say that you're finishing with the document and it's time to get ready to turn it in. If you're a student and you're finishing an assignment, let's say, or maybe you're a teacher and you've put together what you want to print and give to students, how do you go from there? Well, one of the first things you need to do is to consider if you have the right line spacing and things like that, especially for students. Maybe the teacher has said that I want you to double space your paper. And how do you do that? Well, you go to the Home tab. In the Home ribbon, there's this icon, which is the line and paragraph spacing. You simply click it. Since your teacher has instructed it to be double, you'll click 2, and there, the line spacing will be changed to double. For color option, you even have font color options, paragraphs that has double font color options, and all sorts of typical font options that you're probably very accustomed to on all sorts of tools. And on the internet, there's different fonts to choose from as well. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I'm good. Of course, I could change the margins at the left and right using this ruler tool at the top and at this corner, but I'll just leave it as it is. Now, in order to finish it off, I'll just go to the file and I have a bunch of different options. First, I really should save this. And I click save and I can save it to just to this PC and I could save it directly. Let's say to my, I can save it to my downloads folder. So, well, I just want this to be the name. I can go from over here to the desktop and just save it here. So there's the name that I want you to, that the name that I've used is simply name, and I click save and now we're good to go. Of course, if I again click here on the file, I have other options as well. I can even print it from over here, but it's a good idea to save first and just so you don't forget. But now I can print and there's all these print options. In addition to print and save, notice that there's an export option as well. When you click one over here, you can see that you're even able to convert your document into a PDF format. So I'll simply click this option and it will create a PDF, and again I will save it into my desktop. Will this, now I'll simply close it. And you can see over here, this is the PDF format of my file, and this is the Word document format of my file. Now, this is a very interesting feature in Word. Along with that, when you reopen your file, you see that in this file, there is this option in recently used name. Well, just suppose if this is my most frequently used document and I want to use it over and over again, I can simply click this pin icon over here and it will just pin this document to the front. And whenever I'll open Word next time, it will be present over here. Now I know right now I have just this along with that, you can see there are multiple documents over here, but since this one is pinned, so it will be present at the top. So in this tutorial, we have gone over all the basics that you need to know, all of the essentials that you need to know to start using Microsoft Word. Whether you're a teacher, whether you're a student, a business person, or you're just using this on your own at home. Microsoft Word is very powerful. You can use it to make all sorts of things, and what I've given you here today is just the basics to help you get started with a few little bonus tips and tricks in there that are a little bit more than just basic. So thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you all. Thank you.